hot day out there. Are you joining too?
I'm trying.
Yeah. It always takes a few minutes.
Yeah.
There we are. Good. I'm going to go ahead and share this. Books today. Okay. All right, welcome back to another WCN Live here in the Wilson County News Break Room. My name is Kristen Weaver, Director of Operations, and today I have
Nicki Stohr, Library Director.
And Sherry Manti, the Library Assistant.
So glad to have you. Thanks for joining us today. We're looking forward to our conversation about books.
Ooh,
right?
my favorite topic.
It is. Oh, anything with reading. Well, first I'd like to thank our sponsor. We are sponsored by Professionals in Dentistry, the top-rated dentist in China Grove, San Antonio, where you can smile brighter at Professionals in Dentistry. Thank you so much for your WCN Live sponsorship, and you can check them out. They are tagged in the description of this video, as well as the library is tagged today, as you'll be learning more about what they have planned for the public. We're so excited about it. Before we do that, if I could have one of you please draw me a winner. So remember that when we're live on these videos, we ask you to post a comment. You can say hi, you can ask a question, put a thumbs up, anything like that. That will get your name into the next week's drawing. So our winner from last week's is Jennifer Kotzer. Congratulations, Jennifer. I'll be reaching out to you on Facebook Messenger, and Jennifer wins a C Street Gift Shop gift bag. So be sure to share this video, and good morning, Sharon. Glad to have you join us. Share the video. We want to really get the word out so that people can come and enjoy our local library and what they're offering in this mini book festival that we'll be talking about here in a moment. But first, let's have our introductions. Tell us a little about each of you, please.
So I am your county librarian. I've been here for 15 years, and one of my biggest goals have been since I started work here is to see how far we can spread library services throughout the county.
Wow, and you have done that.
I'm not done yet.
Wow, that's pretty awesome, And you?
And I'm Sherry Manti, I'm the Library Assistant, and I help with the programming, summer reading program, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. And how long have you been with our library doing that?
15 years.
Yeah, from the beginning, huh?
Mm.
Pretty cool. Yeah, you are a very familiar face. So I know, and she's also a loyal WCN watcher. Who I was like, oh, good morning, Sherry. You're right here. So
good to see my face.
Thanks for joining us again. Yeah. Oh, and we've enjoyed having good conversations with you over the years too. You've been on and you've talked about your summer reading program.
Yes, ma'am.
I loved the time when you read some of the stories to us, and it's been some good times over the years. So, wow. Well, let's dive into a little bit of the history. So everyone should know that we have a public library, and it's been there for a very long time. Many of us grew up going to the library and remembering our library. I remember our librarian back from those times as being a safe, special place to go and enjoy books.
Good.
And, in the summer, having a little bit of cool time. Yeah, I kind of grew up downtown, so yeah, the library was just a block away at that time. But anyway,
wow.
Yeah. But tell me what you would like to share about the history of the Sam Fore Public Library, and then again your role in developing how we now have our library branches throughout.
So when Sherry and I started in 2009, Wilson County had at that time only one branch library to service the entire county. Before us, I do know that looking through the history that there was like a branch library in Livernia that the county supported, and there was a city library in Stockdale.
Okay.
But
That's right.
as of 2014 is when we started to branch out.
Mhm.
That we started by helping the Stockdale City Library,
Mhm.
and then they allowed us to come and help a little bit more as the volunteers
Right.
decided that they actually wanted to find other interests, which
Mhm.
is good. And then from there we branched out to Livernia, where we're in the old Livernia News Building.
Right.
That, and then in 2019, right before COVID started, the county judge at that time, Judge Jackson, asked me to take over the archives. So we now have 3 public libraries and 1 special library
Okay.
that we help staff
Great.
maintain.
Okay. So that's Stockdale, Livernia, here in Floresville, plus the archives here in Floresville.
Correct.
So now let's say, so everybody knows, where can we find these libraries? So start with the one here in Floresville, the Sam Fore Public Library is located
On 4th Street.
4th Street now. That's really adjacent to the courthouse. Annex, just courthouse.
The courthouse
is
annex.
Annex is what that's
Next
called.
to Vineyards.
Yeah,
Vineyards.
yeah, exactly. And then the archives, they're over here downtown, right?
Right. They're in
Okay.
the actual original brick and mortar building that was a library at one time. It was built to
Yeah.
be a library.
Yeah,
It's
very
been
cool.
many things over the years.
And that's C
but-
Street,
C
right?
Street.
Next
mhm.
to the jail museum.
Right. So that's what we have here in Floresville. And then in Stockdale, where's that branch located?
It's on Chihuahua Street.
Stockdale?
No,
Stockdale.
Stockdale. Stockdale's on Main Street.
Main Street.
Next
Oh,
to
yeah.
their
Like,
community
they're
center
all,
and
like,
City Hall.
on the historic streets. And then
Right.
Livernia is on Chihuahua
Chihuahua
Street, and that's
Street.
also the historic,
Downtown area,
district.
yeah.
Mm-hmm, right. Very cool. And then just what would you say further about the services? Let's talk a little bit about how our library system serves the public. So you can pretty much you have a great website, so people can go on and actually find titles they're looking for, authors, all of that. And that's where even if it's at another branch, they can even get them.
Correct.
Where it's convenient for them to pick them up,
Yes.
right?
We also participate in a statewide and nationwide interlibrary loan. So if there's a book title that you saw on TV or you've read about that we don't own, we can try to get it from another location for you.
Nice. Okay, good. Yeah, and then explain the archives. Like, what would be located what kind of things in the archives?
Lots of genealogy information. There's, in fact, we're getting ready to apply for a grant to get Mr. Fore's collection of photographs
Wow.
digitized
Mhm.
and uploaded into that portal to Texas.
Okay.
So
Neat.
you name it, we've got it. If it's
Mhm.
history-related, maps,
Mm-hmm.
objects,
Right.
books,
Pictures.
pictures.
Mm-hmm. That's in the archives.
Mhm.
So when we go to the library here in Floresville, which is the biggest library, the
Mhm.
full one, what all services are there? You have, of course, all the books and titles
Mhm.
and those things, but it has a bit more of that. So describe that for us.
Movies. You do
We
your
have movies, DVDs. We have books. We have audiobooks. We have cake pans. If you have a child's birthday, you could come and borrow a cake pan to make a Spider-Man cake or
Very cool.
a SpongeBob
Mhm.
cake or
Mhm.
any kind of the cake pans that we have.
Mhm.
We have backpack kits for kids to come in where the backpack has books, games, movies that are all themed. And you can check that whole backpack out and take
Mhm.
home with the kids. That's great for summertime
Mhm.
to keep them
Wow.
busy at home during the summer. It's too hot to go outside in the
Mhm.
afternoon. They can
Right.
maybe look at the backpack and read and
Exactly. Mhm.
still keep their
Imaginations, right?
yes,
Going,
imaginations and
Feel some of that boredom with an inside activity, but engage their minds, right?
Keep
Very
your
cool.
mind working.
Yeah, I love that.
We also offer 2 different services for downloadable books that are
Mhm.
both either in digital or audio.
Okay.
So there's
Nice.
quite a selection to
Mhm.
keep you reading.
Plus the computer lab
True.
where you
Mhm.
could come in and check your emails or apply for jobs. We also have a lady that's there that can do the stamp.
Notary.
Notaries.
Oh, good
We have a
job.
notary
Okay.
also.
Is there a fee for that?
No.
Wow.
There's not a fee, but we do ask for
for
a
donations.
donation.
Donations, okay.
And the donations for that goes to the
Outdoor
Outdoor
learning space.
learning
Oh.
space.
Yeah, we've partnered. We have the inner courtyard of the block.
Mhm.
that we've partnered with the Master Gardeners.
Nice.
So they're helping us create a outdoor learning space.
Wow. And so what does that entail? I mean, how
Right
do you
now
use
it's-
it that way?
Yeah, right now it's
Yeah.
fenced in,
Mhm.
half, maybe a quarter fenced in. They're going to start growing an edible spinach,
Mm-hmm.
so it's not harmful if anybody should eat it out.
Mhm.
There's a stage, a wooden stage. There's
Mhm.
little chairs and
Mhm.
tables out in the area that you can just go and sit and enjoy the
Mhm.
outside.
Nice.
Mhm.
Okay. And it's usable now?
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Perfect. Perfect. Great. Now, and so pretty much anyone in the community has access to all these services?
Correct.
You need to get a library card?
You can. We would like for you to get a library card.
Yeah.
For us, we just need a photo ID and a piece of mail, something with
Mhm.
your name and your address in Texas.
Mhm.
We don't have out of county fees. You just have to live in the state of Texas to get a library card from us.
Pretty nice. What an amazing amount of services that are available to us that I don't think we all necessarily realize, and
Right.
take advantage of all the time. But it's really good to know it's there when you need it, because there are times that comes and goes. And then you have your loyal readers, right? That are
Yes.
in
Yes.
and use the services all the time. Well, let's get to the big
Oh,
part of our
goodness.
conversation I know you're just dying to tell me about, but sorry, I just wanted to really go over all of what your services are that you provide the community, and I think it's wonderful. So, okay, Nicki, tell us about this big event you have planned in Floresville on May 30th and 31st.
So we started off calling it a mini book fair,
Mhm.
mini book festival, because we wanted it to be inside the library. We wanted to be able to bring authors who either live in Texas, write about Texas, or I forget what the third one is. But we wanted them to be here from Texas in the library where you could meet them, talk to them, sell your books, get a signature, hear from them. And this has just kind of grown from there
Mhm.
so much that I am totally floored at the
Yeah.
response.
The
that we're
response
getting.
of all these authors
Right.
that want to come and be part of our community, being
Correct.
in the library. So tell us more about that. How did that come to be?
So when we started looking at, I'm a plan ahead person.
Yes.
So we were looking last August at what this year's summer reading calendar would look like.
Mhm.
And because the 4th of July weekend falls on the first weekend, we normally hold our ice cream freeze-off, which is our finale, the Saturday after the 4th of July.
Okay.
4th of July this year falls on Friday.
Okay.
So we didn't think we could get a big turnout for our ice cream freeze-off. So in order
Mhm.
to help us push it back, we decided to throw our hat in and try this book festival.
Okay.
I visited with several librarians who do this. I even drove all the way to Giddings a couple of times
Wow.
to visit with the planner,
Mhm.
and Sherry and I actually visited the event to see what was going on.
Mhm.
So they're
Nice.
coming.
Yeah.
They're coming.
Mhm.
In September, I sent out flyers, invitations, inviting the authors to come
Mhm.
within a 400-mile radius of Wilson County.
Right.
We had 80 authors
Wow.
reply at that time saying they
Mhm.
want to come. So we gathered 15 different people from the community who I knew from personal conversations with them.
Mhm.
They all have different reading tastes. So it was a chore to get all of these 80 books shuffled between all of these 15 people.
Yeah.
And I asked them to rate it, kind of, would you invite this person,
Mhm.
author, to come? Would you not? What did you think about it?
Mhm.
And from there, we selected the first 25. We had
Mhm.
25
Okay.
of the 80.
Mhm.
Well, then I had so many authors, oh, please, can I come? Please,
Mhm.
can I come? That I took over Sherry's story time room. We put 6 more in there. I took over the computer lab. We put 3 more in there, and it
Mhm.
just blew up from there.
Wow.
So they will be here on this weekend, the May
Mhm.
31st, May
Yeah.
30th, 31st,
Mhm.
to talk to you, to sell you
Yeah.
your books.
Nice. Okay. So,
We have some other activities
Right.
that we're going to do. We've arranged to have 3 different locations. I'll let Sherry tell you about the read alouds.
ooh.
So we've asked the authors to talk to you. We have 3 different stations set up in the library where the authors will go read an excerpt out of their book, tell you about the book, how they came across maybe some of the people in the book, characters, how they went about publishing their book, if you and different questions that you may have, they'll answer your questions.
Okay. All right.
And they'll have about 30 minutes per author throughout the day, on that Saturday, the Friday and Saturday, to answer your questions. I'm sure they'll sign your books if you buy their books. And
Nice.
it's just gonna be fun.
And there's about 40 authors?
We
that
now
are
have
coming.
40
Yeah.
as of today.
40 authors.
40 authors.
So I want to point to you in this week's Wilson County News. You can read an extensive write-up. It's really nice about how this festival came together and what it is, what it all entails. But also you can take this little list, not little, but the list of authors here along the side. Other side over here. They will help guide you, and I'm sure y'all will have some flyers and things at the location itself on that day. But the idea is to visit with all of them. So there's a prize that goes with this for doing that, right?
We do a large valued gift card for the winner. And you don't have to be local. I will mail you the gift card if you're
nice.
not local.
Okay, great.
One of the other events we have is we're going to try to do, I don't think we've ever done this before either, is a book exchange. So if you come that day with a book, you get a ticket. So each one book, one ticket. And they'll be spread out on the back conference table, the really big one that we have that seats 10, that if you come and you don't have a book to exchange, but there's a book on the table that you would like to take home, it's just $5 to take that book home.
Wow, fantastic.
So it's going to be a weekend all about books.
Just books.
Books,
Oh yes,
books, and
that's
books.
awesome.
Books.
A scavenger hunt. Did you talk about that?
That's your author scavenger hunt,
Okay.
where you go talk to them.
That's
We're going to
right.
ask them to either initial it, scribble on it,
Right.
to let them know that that's their personal signature,
Okay.
and then you'll turn it in as you leave, and we'll give you a drawing slip to go.
Right. Right.
For the big,
Yeah,
Gift
the
card.
big gift card,
Card.
right? And you wouldn't have to be present to win,
Correct.
And you can be from
Correct.
anywhere because, like you said, you will mail it to the
You
winner.
just have to be
if
able to
needed.
read your writing.
Yeah, well, that's great. And listening to the stories. What is this part about? Did you already talk about that?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because we have a variety of genre of authors who are coming. We have children's picture books. We have science fiction. There's a debut author for fantasy. There's historical fiction. There's even a cookbook author coming. This is her first book
Great.
about Czech food that she wants to come and tell you the stories of why she put that recipe in her book. So
interesting.
and then it's interesting to note that I think 2 of our authors are teenage writers.
Oh, really? Okay.
So we do have a variety of coming.
Yeah, you do. What other tidbits would like stand out in the authors that you find?
There's one. What's her name? Irma Sanchez. No.
Irma
Ola-
Olivares.
Olivares.
Mhm.
She wrote a historical fiction book about the Fighting Flores brothers from here in
Oh,
Wilson
wow.
County and
Okay.
their play in the Alamo.
Fascinating. Yes.
So she's one to
Okay.
see.
And along this list, it's interesting too because they're asterisked if they're local, so you can
Correct.
see which ones are local.
Correct.
Okay. Nancy De La Zerda will be there. Yeah. So
she
there's
has
some
her
names
ghost
that
stories
you'll-
that she wants to
Mhm.
come and read. I'm trying to think. I don't think anything else really stands out to me other. It's hard to keep all 80 of those
Oh, yeah.
books in
How many
together.
of these did you read? Or were you part of that list?
No, I tried not to read
Right?
them because
Okay.
I didn't want to have a favorite.
Alright.
I saw a news report
Mhm.
for the Flores brothers, and
Mhm.
so she was one that I personally reached out to make sure she
That's
came,
neat.
because she's kind of local. She's from the Pleasanton area.
Very cool.
We also have a mother-daughter
Daughter, yeah.
Okay.
authors. Mother wrote a book, daughter wrote a book.
Which
And they're-
ones are those? Oh, sorry.
Oh, Moki. Yes, Charlotte, May, and Shannon.
Okay.
They're from Pflugerville.
Wow, that's far. Yep.
So we have quite a few picture book authors coming.
Very cool. All right.
So we'll hit all ages.
We'll
Yeah,
hit
you
everybody.
really will.
Picture books for the kids up to older, that like history or, you know.
And the Friends of the Library is hosting a concession stand, so you can come and
Great.
stay for a while, because we
Mhm.
really want you to come and stay for a long time. We
Yeah.
don't want you just to buzz through and walk
Mhm.
through and walk out.
Right.
We want you to spend some time with these authors who are coming to see everybody.
Right.
Talk to them,
Right.
let them
Mhm.
know that you're interested, and
Mm-hmm.
let them tell you their stories.
Right.
Right. That would be nice.
But I have a feeling there's been a big request for us to do this next year.
Mm-hmm.
And with all 80 books, I would like to be able to have them all, instead of just saying, sorry, no, you
Mhm.
can't come this year, but can we keep your name for next year? That we may seriously consider changing the venue. Even though I wanted
Right.
the library to be the focal point,
Mhm.
I think I'm ready to
Explore that
explore.
option, huh?
Because
Yeah, go
we,
bigger.
yes, because we had
Yeah.
the tag name of meet your authors at the corner of fiction and nonfiction,
Mhm.
because our building is shaped like what I consider a shoebox,
Yeah.
that it looked just like an avenue.
Mhm.
So we're the avenue of authors, where you come in the front door and you do the turnabout at the
Mhm.
schoolhouse
Nice.
and then head on out.
Very
So,
cool.
but we've had so many
Mhm.
responses that we can't fit them all inside the library,
Mhm.
that if the weather's nice, they'll be outside in
Mhm.
the courtyard's walkway.
Right.
If the weather is bad, we have permission from the extension office to use the classroom across the courtyard.
Well, that's nice.
So we can try to keep
Great.
everybody
Yeah.
indoors. It's just a few
Yeah.
extra steps.
Yeah. Well, that's fantastic. Let me get back to my questions here.
Well, I probably took you out of order.
No, I mean, we really, you really covered all of this, and you talked about even what's possible for the future and what we
Right.
can look forward to. So then that just really leaves us with, where can we go for more information about the Wilson County Public Libraries and keep up with your developments? And if there's anything you wanted to say about the summer reading program, or
Oh,
you know,
yes, the
yeah,
summer
right?
reading
That
program.
kicks this up.
This
kicks
is
it
the
off.
kickoff for
Yeah.
the summer. Starting the 3rd of June as the summer reading program starts.
Yeah.
We already have pre-registration open, so you could come in and pre-register, get your packet, start your reading now.
Mhm.
And then during the summer for 6 weeks, we've got lots of different things planned
Mhm.
for that.
Yeah.
Story times on Tuesdays at 10. Babies,
We're going to start a new one, a baby book club.
Oh,
baby
cute.
book club for
Mhm.
birth to 3-year-olds
Mhm.
Mhm.
on Wednesdays at 10.
Mhm.
Nice.
Thursdays in the afternoon is family game day, where for a couple hours you could come in and we have board games, we have puzzles. This year we're gonna have each week a different 80s video game tournament for all ages that during the playtime.
Oh, cool.
So
Mhm.
that'll be fun.
Yeah.
And then we have the ice cream freeze off is the last day of the summer
On the 12th.
on the 12th, where you come in and taste ice creams. If you have a favorite ice cream recipe, you can make it and bring it in and join in the fun, and hand out your ice cream. We have the stuffed animal sleepover, where the kids can bring their favorite stuffies, leave them, drop them overnight. Kids go home with you, the stuffies stay and play, and I babysit them all night and take pictures, and
When you come back, you get a
you
photo
come back
album.
and you get a
Yeah,
photo
photo
album
album.
of what
Yeah.
your stuffies did all night.
So we had how many last year? Were we in the hundreds yet?
No, not in the hundreds yet, but we're close.
Were there a lot there?
It sure keeps y'all busy.
Yes.
We have several what I consider to be passive kind of activities.
Yeah.
This year our theme is Color Our World. So we're doing a mailbox letter game that's based on the game of Clue.
Okay.
Because you have Colonel Mustard, Mrs. White,
Yeah.
Mr. Green, Professor Green. That's going on at all 3 libraries, and then we're also doing your breakout box is returning.
The breakout box is returning.
But it's only in Floresville.
Only in Floresville,
Okay.
but Stockdale is going to do a breakout room.
They have a small conference room that they're
Okay.
turning into a breakout room.
Neat.
So, yes.
Yes. NERF is going on the road, so we're going to try to do one session. I think it's the 6th of June in Stockdale for 10 people. You just have to sign up.
Neat.
But you get to
Yeah.
take over the entire library for a NERF night. We supply the guns, we
Mhm.
supply the darts, we supply the protective eyewear, the
Wow.
jerseys.
Mhm.
You just have to come and have fun for 2 hours. And then it's going to come back to Floresville on the 20th. And then that will be the last NERF night for the year
Okay. Yep.
until we decide to do it again.
Big exciting stuff always happening at the libraries. Very where you can use your imagination, and y'all are so creative. It's just always such a great topic. I love talking to you about this. Thanks for coming on, and where you can go to learn more about the library. Your website is wilsoncountylibrary.org, and
Facebook.
y'all are on Facebook.
We're very
Wilson
active on
County,
Facebook.
and you are tagged in the description of this video. I was sure to do that. So
Yay.
reach out to them, and that's how you can connect with the library if you aren't already. And be sure to save the date and join them for this wonderful mini book festival. Mini.
Yeah. Maybe it may change next year.
That's
blown
happening.
up.
Yeah, their mini blown up book festival happening May 30th to 31st. So it's a week away, and you have some time to kind of plan that out and pick your day.
Put us on
Friday
the
or
calendar.
Saturday. Put it on the calendar. That's right. But thank you so much for coming in and talking about all of
Sure.
this. We wish you much luck and great things to come. Thank you all for joining us today on WCN Live. I'd like to also thank our sponsor. We are sponsored by Professionals in Dentistry, the top-rated dentist in China Grove, San Antonio, where you can smile brighter at Professionals in Dentistry. Thank you so much for your WCN Live sponsorship. They're tagged in the description of this video. And thanks for joining us. We will see you again next Wednesday. We'll be here again at 10 a.m. Thanks.
Bye.